Zhang Yi and others all stood up and responded loudly. Yes! The voice was clean and crisp, and then Zhang Yi, Gao Changkong, and Tu Yunli left the conference room without hesitation. Zhang Yi and others walked out of the conference room and went downstairs quickly. Zhang Yi immediately contacted Zhou Qi, who was far away in Tianhai City. Hey, Zhang Yi, why are you thinking of calling me so late? Could it be that you... Zhang Yi said quickly. Listen, Tianhai City is in danger. Eclipse Moon has brought people back to cause trouble. There is a group of pirates just offshore and will arrive in Tianhai City soon. All of you are not allowed to go out and go to the basement immediately. I will be in Tianhai City right away. Okay? I'll notify everyone right away. Don't be afraid. They can't breach the shelter. I'll be there in half an hour at most. Zhang Yi quickly explained what happened and then hung up the phone. After that, he called Chen Jingguan at Chaoyu Base. Because the enemy came from the sea, the first to suffer was the harbor of Chaoyu Base. Zhang Yi was too lazy to talk nonsense with him and quickly explained the cause and effect. I asked you to prepare for the battle before. How are you doing? Chen Jingguan's face became solemn, and he replied with anxiety. Everything has been done according to your instructions. Everyone is resting in the shelter, and the strategic materials have been moved away. Except for some large containers at the seaport, it is difficult to move. Nothing else. Zhang Yi nodded. Very good. You can lurk down and wait for my orders to act. After Zhang Yi finished making the call, he realized that he, Tu Yunli, and Gao Changkong were the only three people in the elevator. Zhang Yi glanced at them, thought for a while, and didn't know what to say. He wasn't very familiar with Gao Changkong, and he hadn't even exchanged a few words with Tu Yunli. Therefore, there is no way to start talking now. It is better for everyone to perform their duties and solve the matters within the scope of their own tasks first. But Tu Yunli spoke first. He said angrily, I will deal with the group of rogues in Huaju City as soon as possible. Then I will support you. If you are in danger and you cannot solve it yourself, just hide and wait for our support. Okay. I will ask you to come over for support if necessary. Gao Changkong smiled, but did not answer Tu Yunli's words. Instead, he looked at Zhang Yi. I'm still waiting for you to come over and annihilate Eclipse Moon with us. Don't forget that Eclipse Moon is our biggest goal. Without Zhang Yi's ability to block predictions, dealing with the eclipse would not be an easy task. Even if Gao Changkong controls the power of reincarnation, he still has to take great risks. Zhang Yi felt something strange in the tone of Gao Changkong and Tu Yunli. Sure enough, as Deng Wenbo said at the beginning, the top management of Blizzard City is also divided into different factions. They are fighting openly and secretly with each other, and they are also competing with each other. It's just that as an outsider, because he won't be involved in power, disputes, he is not wary of others. What a hassle. Zhang Yi thought so in his heart. He has no interest in power and even thinks that it will only put people in danger. Zhang Yi came downstairs and the Tengu team was ready to go, just waiting for Zhang Yi's order to take action, and Zhang Yi didn't say any nonsense. He said, let's go. Everyone quickly left the combat command center, and armored vehicles were waiting outside to take them to the airport. On the left side of Zhang Yi sits Yang Xinxin. On the right is Liang Yue, and Flower is held in Yang Xinxin's arms. Zhang Yi first briefly explained their combat mission to everyone. We need to go to Tianhai City first and eliminate the Tianlong pirates who landed there. Tianhai City is my territory. I am familiar with the terrain there and I have my spies there. So the battle is good for us. Just practice what you usually train for. After saying this, he gave special instructions to Liang Yue and Flower. During the battle, stay closer to Xinxin. This is her first time on the battlefield, so protect her. Liang Yi nodded. Of course. Flower opened her mouth wide. Meow! Yang Xinxin did not refuse Zhang Yi's special care. Although she has awakened her powers, she needs to adapt to her abilities on the battlefield. What's more, her ability is very special, and the risk is relatively high. With the protection of Flower and Liang Yue, her life can be ensured. As for the tactical arrangements, Bai Li, I'll leave it to you. Zhang Yi looked at Bai Li Changqing and said, "Until I tell you, all action plans will be decided by you. Professional matters should be left to professionals." When it comes to fighting, Bai Li Changqing is definitely better at it. Zhang Yi is not stupid enough to enter a field that he is not good at. Bai Li Changqing was a little excited, but she didn't expect Zhang Yi to trust him so much. The delegation of authority by leaders is the greatest recognition of subordinates. Yes! Bai Li Changqing didn't say any more nonsense and accepted Zhang Yi's order. Tengu team, Samsara team, and Yanyun team quickly rushed to the airport. At this time in Tianhai City, due to Zhang Yi's early warning, the shelter and the three forces gathered people and materials to a safe area in advance. After the pirates of the Tianlong Pirates arrived at the coast, they immediately took snowmobiles and roared along the ice to the coast. "Young men, let's plunder as much as you like. Kill all the men here and take away all the food and resources." Canute laughed loudly, and the thousands of pirates in the pirate group also laughed wildly, preparing to plunder. As long as today's deal is completed, they will not need to go to sea again within a year. Everyone has heard of the prosperity of Tianhai City, and from now on they have become famous in the pirate world. What about Huakshu Kingdom? It's not like I'm going to be robbed by them. But after this group of excited pirates rushed ashore, they quickly discovered that something was wrong. Because of the huge Tianhai City, after searching for a long time, they didn't see a single person. This city is like a dead city, and even traces of human activities are difficult to find. Several major bases had transferred their population and resources half a month ago, and all that was left on the ground were some buildings, all of which were buried by heavy snow. It looks as if there has never been any human activity. Only in the harbor area of Chaoyu Base, they found some large containers which contained some supplies, but they were all cars or large machinery, as well as scattered materials, which were of little use and inconvenient to transport. Canute immediately realized something was wrong. He immediately asked the Eclipse person what was going on here. Phoenix Yuanren gave the answer. According to the data, there are only 4 forces left in this city now, and their resources have been concentrated. As long as you kill them, you can easily plunder most of Tianhai City's resources. After Canute thought for a moment, he decided that Phoenix Yuanren had not lied to him. Because Tianhai City has huge resources, and at this time, it is impossible to transfer them away in large quantities. There is only one conclusion: those important resources have been hidden. As long as they can find where they are buried, to be precise, where the local forces are hiding, they can get those materials. Canute immediately ordered his men to find the hiding places of several major forces, even if they had to dig 3 feet into the ground. Little did they know that thousands of people from Chaoyu Base were right under their feet. Tianhai City. The Tianlong pirates began to plunder everywhere. Tianhai City is too big. Although important resources are basically collected by several major forces, but no matter how hard they found it, they couldn't open the shelter. A group of pirates who were accustomed to naval battles in the southern waters didn't know how to open the reinforced concrete that was difficult to blast even with missiles. The shelter of Zhang Yi's family has attracted the covetousness of many pirates because of its tallness and gorgeousness. They used various weapons outside to try to break through, but they couldn't even break through the wall. At this moment, a deafening sound suddenly sounded outside. A pirate cadre turned into a 5-meter-tall cyan giant and began to violently charge at the main entrance of the shelter. The door didn't move at all, but the sound of the impact was frightening. Inside the shelter, Uncle Yu and everyone hid on the underground floor, using surveillance equipment to check everything outside. Zhou Haimei and Yang Xia looked worried. Uncle, you held a machine gun in his hand. His body was wrapped with bullet belts, and his face was full of majesty. Once any danger occurs, he will be the first to stand in front and give others a chance to escape. Joe Keir said calmly, "It's okay. They can't break the shelter's defense, and Zhang Yi and the others will be here soon." Even though everyone trusted the shelter's defense capabilities, they still couldn't help but feel uneasy. These pirates have no humanity and leave no trace of chickens or dogs in their path. In the original battle between the major forces in Tianhai City, some humanity might still be retained, and those who had no power to resist would not be killed. But with these pirates, it would be foolish to take any chances. Joe Keir was calm on the surface, but also a little anxious on the inside. She quickly called Zhang Yi to explain the situation here. At this time, an armed helicopter flew straight across the night sky and arrived over Tianhai City. After getting the news about Joe Keir, Zhang Yi couldn't help but frown. He immediately ordered the pilot to land the helicopter at the coordinates of his shelter. If you like my content and want to keep up with future updates, hit that subscribe button. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video.